This is Guardian Radio, your station for up-to-the-minute news, intelligent, interactive, and engaging conversation. 96.9 FM. The views and opinions of the hosts and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the position of the management and staff of Guardian Network.
Gentlemen, take your marks. Set.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen around the world. Welcome to the 496th episode of Track World on Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. I welcome persons who are watching and listening around the world also. And there are 300 and I guess 76 persons watching right now and listening around the world. And then we are talking about, this show is brought to you by Track World, and we're talking about Sun Oil Limited, Arawak Homes, Sunshine Insurance, AFD Management Services on Peardale. Freeman DeVoe is CEO, and their business is oil and energy, and he is my good cousin. We don't have any cousins that are bad. The Garden of Eden, where the one and only Mr. Bethel, William Bethel, he invites you, and guess what? We're talking about the Garden of Eden now. The sushi is off the chain. Vaughn Culmer, insurance brokers, Kalina Insurance, where I have been a financial services representative for many years, and my daughter is my business partner. Many years, I'm talking about over 40 years. We are the A-team at Kalina. For Alpheus is the first A, and Alexis Hannah is the second A. And the other sponsor, of course, is the Bahamas Olympic Committee. Thank you ever so much. What we will do right now is to give a trivia. To give a trivia before we go on, but I'll tell you who is in this studio now with me. My guest, we don't see Rupert Gardner. He must have already gone to Tokyo. I don't know. We're talking about Tyrone Burroughs. And we're talking about a number of other things. We will have somebody come after 7 o'clock, and we will be talking about some mental things. And so the question is, my brothers and sisters, could you tell me, a trivia now, which athletes from our area, as a matter of fact, they ran in Gothenburg, and they are from Guadeloupe. And there's also somebody else who did a double in Atlanta. Could you tell me who that person is from Guadeloupe? Tyrone, you could talk about the person who did it first, all the way in L.A., but we're not talking about her now. Everybody tend to forget about her. What's her name?
Valerie Briscoe Hooks.
Oh, yes,
GBH.
yes. So we're not talking about her now. But the question is, which athlete from Guadeloupe, you know, they are French territory,
Of France.
France, and she had the opportunity to do the double just like that young man from who did a double also, but we're not talking about him. Yeah, we're not talking about him. Who is that young man?
Michael Johnson.
Michael Johnson from Baylor. From Baylor University. So we gave you it. Let me tell you what the numbers to call are. 325-4316, 325-4259. The text line is none other than 422-4796 and is powered by BTC. Now, please remember, you can't call the text line. You may want to be doing some things a little bit different. So once again, could you tell us, anybody who can actually call, oh, somebody is on the phone?
Yeah.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Yes.
And that athlete is Marie Jose Perez. Is that correct?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Good.
And who is this?
This is Vaughn Kelmer.
Hallelujah. Praise the Lord. You nearly made your money back. You nearly made your money back, Vaughn. You nearly made your money back. My brother, I always tell him to keep on listening to the show, you know, but he got so much things to do. So, Vaughn, I will give you some of that money back tomorrow, okay? Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
And listen next week, too, again and again, because the Olympics start this weekend.
Actually, no, it doesn't.
It doesn't?
It starts
Friday?
Not this weekend, the weekend afterwards.
No.
Or track and field.
Track and field, I mean.
But
Track and field starts on the
track
3rd.
and field is further down. But the truth be told, it starts. I'm trying to figure the hour difference. Softball, baseball.
If you'd like to make
will be starting already just about now.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So we have that. So we're gonna go to a break, and then we're gonna start again. Thank you very much.
Hello from the Shell Fuel Labs, where my team of dedicated scientists develop Shell fuels for your car.
For over 100 years, fuels innovation has been at the heart of everything we do.
Since our first ever branded petrol in 1907, we've broken records, supported Ferrari F1 to win Grand Prix, and pushed our fuels to the limit.
Now, every time you fill up a Shell, your engine will benefit from our passion for innovation, helping you to get the most out of every tankful.
With over 100 years of quality fuels innovation,
You can be sure of Shell.
Enjoy an elevated mobile experience with BTC, giving you
unlimited talk for the best conversations, unlimited data for all your online fun,
and unlimited roaming to stay connected while overseas.
for just $50 per line.
unlock unlimited mobile talk, data, and roaming when you sign up for BTC Superfast Fiber Internet with speed starting at 100 megabits per second. Enjoy more great savings and value. Upgrade or sign up today. Visit any BTC store or btcbahamas.com. Conditions apply.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day.
Ladies and gentlemen, that music is none other from the T Connection, that is Kush. And Kush is when I became I was a T Connection man forever and ever, but when I became the PR person for the B3As, I decided that I would use Kush. And you know, that's many years ago. I don't know how old you were at that time.
Very, very, very early teens.
Very early teens. So tell me some things about what you think will happen with the team. There's 2 with swimming and 14 in track and field.
I mean, well, right now with the Team Bahamas. Right now with Team Bahamas, you know, I'm an avid follower of track and field news, and they only predicting or projecting that we'll have 2 athletes actually making the finals. Of course, that's Stephen Gardner and Shanae. Those would be the only 2 they have medaling. But
that's predictions, you know.
Yeah. That's predictions. But you're gonna find like when we were in Rio, Seymour came up out of nowhere and made the finals. You know, totally unexpected.
Let me say something about that. The president of the Olympic Committee, I told him that if she made the finals, this means Stanley saying that if she made the final, it would be unbelievable.
Yeah.
And it wasn't no big thing to him. And for her to set a new record and be right there, it is just unbelievable.
Yeah, because the thing about the sprints, it's different than how it used to be back in the day. You had heats, quarterfinals, semifinals, and finals, and then for the semifinals, that's definitely 2, and that was just the first 4. But with the semifinals, you know, you don't necessarily have to finish in the first 2. You can get in by having one of the faster times. And then when you have a 24 to a semifinals, that leaves a lot of room for error with 24 athletes.
Yes.
Correct.
You know, so, you know, you see, you know, depending on how it seeds or whatever, you may find you at your level or how you're competing at that time, you may be placed or you may find yourself in what we call the right heat.
Yeah.
Which would allow your advancement forward.
Right.
And truth be told, the only 2 meets you go to where you have the 3 semifinal process would be either the Olympics or the World Championships. So that's the only time you actually see it. And like Tyrone say, based on which heat you get in, you could advance forward.
Yeah. What about the U.S. Olympic trials?
The U.S. Olympic trials are the most, and I'm going to use the Bahamian word, the most brutalist.
Well, of course.
Trials or event you will ever watch on TV. You can be a world record holder and, well,
you've seen it.
Yeah, Kerry Harrison. Well, I mean, she said it afterwards, and you know, you have a misstep and you are out. There's no at-large bid. There are no buys given or whatever. Either you're top 3 and meet the standard. That's it. You know, dog eat your lunch. So you have to have your A game. And what you find is that U.S. athletes literally have to peak
for their trials.
Their trials. And when you look at the quality of their trials in some events, that's okay. Brian Croser, world record. McLaughlin, world record. Raj Benjamin, one of the top times ever. 4 or 5 guys in the 200 meters under 22 seconds. 6 guys under 10 seconds in the 100. You know, it is incredible. 5 guys over 19 feet in the pole vault.
Let's go back. You have the NC2As. The NC2As
2 weeks prior.
2 weeks prior to the U.S. Olympic trials.
Yeah. The NC2As really took a lot out of Bell. What happens is that what people don't realize is that college coaches are not getting paid to coach the athletes to qualify for the Olympics. They're getting paid to coach the athletes to perform well at NCs.
At the NC2As.
Yeah, at the NC2As, you look at Shrugs, you look at Laird, you look at TT. I mean, these are just sprinters. That by the time as they go out to the trials, their legs were dead.
But guess what happened now? Guess the answer to is?
Well,
Guess
you
what
get
happened
paid.
now? You get paid.
You can make money.
You can make
Off
money
your brand, yeah.
off your brand and
Off your
everything
brand,
else.
yeah.
Hallelujah, praise the Lord.
Yeah.
I trust that comes very well with regards to Bahamians all over in the United States.
Well, you know, surprisingly, when that happened, there are two. Well, this aside, there are twin sisters at I think San Diego State. It happened at I think the ruling came through at 10 o'clock that night. By 11 o'clock that night, they were ready.
They were ready.
Yeah, they were ready. The next day, they had their brand sponsors.
Boy.
You know.
So tell me this. There was a record that was done at the which Olympics was that in now? That was in Spain? Yes, Spain. The 400 hurdles. The 400 hurdles.
Yeah, Barcelona.
Yeah, my good friend.
Yeah. Kevin Young.
Kevin Young.
Yeah.
And he decided that he didn't need to be there to see this young man break the record. But that young man, as a junior, he set a record. And then, when we went to Doha,
Whathrop, yeah.
Yeah, something else. And then he ran. What was that? 1970. What was it? What was the? He really smashed the record. You know, Wallon.
Yeah. He ran 46.70.
Yeah. And what I'm saying is, when I look at him, I say to myself, he is ready, he is excited, and he runs and he runs.
You know, very diminutive athlete, very small. You ought to look at him. You know, in his event, he reminds me of Jonathan Edwards. You see Jonathan Edwards. You wouldn't think this guy is a world record holder in the triple jump. No speed, no. You know, like that. Yeah. But like you say, you know, great athletes come in all shapes and forms and colors.
Because remember when Tyrone, when we were in. I was in Doha when we were talking to Coach Williams in the mall.
Yeah.
And he was talking about Raj. He said as soon as he learns how to really run
hurdles. Yeah.
This is at the World Championship. He said if he learns to run hurdles, he will be fabulous.
Yeah.
He says as soon as he learns to run hurdles. Yeah. But he predicted from back then Doha, Benjamin would be the man for this part of the world in the hurdles.
Boy. That really is something else. And the question is where he is now. And he's about 24 now.
He's 23, 24, yeah.
24.
Yeah.
But the other hurdler, we haven't seen anything from Samba. Samba from Bahrain?
Yeah. Well, they're going to,
Qatar.
you know what they do, though? They get them ready.
Yeah.
They ain't going to be running up and down.
No.
They're not going to be running up and down.
No. Yeah.
So let's talk about some of the other people we have not seen, in the World Championships. What about the long jumper? The Jamaican.
Yeah, Gail, he has, you know, at the beginning of the year, he's been sprinting. Mm-hmm. And I think the meet in Florida, he ended up doing 8:55, but it was a 1:8. But it doesn't matter.
Indoor.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You know, so, he's there. You know, he's going to be ready.
So the other people, this young man ran the other day, and I always thought, you were at the World Indoor?
No.
You were at World Indoor. No. The Jamaican fella, oh man, he could run and sprint and everything else. Now he has had his challenges, I think, for the Jamaican team.
Oh, the hurdler?
I'm trying to remember, the hurdler.
Oh, yeah. McLeod.
McLeod, yeah.
Yeah, well...
and we had, I guess he had family issues. I'm not
well,
sure.
we remember now in Doha, the last 3 or 4 hurdles, he ran a sloppy race caused all kind of corruption and where the World Athletics, we had to give. That's our family. Yeah, we had to give. Yeah.
So what's the name? What's the name of the fellow from University of Florida?
Holloway.
His coach has nothing to do with the same name, but nothing to do with him.
At first, I thought it was father and son.
Yeah,
he said
no.
Just on the luck of the draw. He looks big, strong, athletics.
He did 1081.
Yeah. No, 1281.
Yeah, 1281.
Yes.
1281, yes. 1281.
Yeah,
so where do you think he could be? I mean, he's about 24, right?
No, he's 22.
22. So I'm saying going forward to World Championships and Olympics coming up, where do you think they would be? The next Olympics is in Paris.
Yeah. Well, Holloway is just basically he's still learning the sport.
And he could run everything.
Well, 100, 200, he split 43, I think, on the leg, and then don't forget now he can also long jump.
Long jump, yes.
Yeah, and in listening to his interviews, he's a real historian of the sport.
Oh, okay.
You know, very impressive. Yeah,
a few of them who could run and
Yeah, he speaks about he doesn't speak about Eddie Tolan because that's from the 30s and 40s, but he speaks about Alan Johnson. He speaks about
one and only Alan Johnson.
One and only Alan Johnson. He speaks about Greg Foster, Charles Foster. He speaks about the British guy, the British hurdler. Oh, his name escapes me right now. Colin Jackson.
Colin Jackson.
So he actually knows him. Jamaican. Yeah. So
I was there when he broke in
Stuttgart. Yes.
When he broke the world record.
Yeah. Very
and then they
talented.
had a British lady who did the same thing in the 400 hurdles.
Sally Gunnell.
Yes.
Yeah. 53:31. No, 52 something.
52.
Yeah, 52 and some change. Yeah. No, but and then your newcomers watch the long jumper from Texas. She's one of the few collegiates who actually made it. Yeah. So that's amazing. And then the Dwayne Ross was a hurler in 1999 in Seville. He won the bronze medal. His son ran 43.8 in NCs and was able to muster up the strength on those tired legs and got third in the 400 meters. And his teammate came back and got fourth. Which is incredible. I don't know if it says a lot about them or it says little about the professional athletes who had, wasn't running that much, who had all year to prepare. But you remember Eugene was more than 100. Was more than 100 degrees. So so some of those athletes.
What do you think will happen next year?
We're in
climate.
Well, Ralph and I have already booked our tickets to go. We were not taking any chances. Eugene is track town, but I think this is one of the hottest that it has ever been there. I think since the 72 trials, but hopefully it's not that hot.
Yeah, but New York and all of that, they're hot too. I've been in New York and it's over 100 degrees and you wonder what you're doing. Mm-hmm. And in Canada.
Taryn, you can't forget the LSU athlete who's trying to do the double with the
he's
high
incredible.
Jump and the long jump.
Harrison, Lavon or something. Harrison, 230 in the high jump on over 830 in the long jump. He has, I know, and he's been doing the double all year, indoors or regionals or conference, nationals, and came back in the trials. He'll definitely be one of the great ones.
Let me stick up in here. The World Relays in Yokohama was really interesting, but then we look at the other World Relays, the next one. Okay? What happened?
The one just passed, the one in Poland?
Yeah.
Well,
something was significant with the Cubans.
Oh, the 4x4, female.
4x4.
Yeah, but the 800 meter runner.
Yeah.
So how do you think they would look?
Well, in Poland, the Cubans were the only athletes from a warm climate that actually adjusted well.
I don't know. I mean, I just figured
the Cubans are never
phrased.
No, I mean they're south of us.
Yeah.
But they did they did extremely well. I really haven't looked at the time in comparison, because if you look at the time in the
They were like 4x26 or something like that.
The time in the male 4x4, it wasn't much.
Nothing to talk about.
No, and based on what we did between here and Miramar, that would have been good enough to put us in the possible.
Yeah, but the other thing too is that you look at the weather, and then in my mind, everything is relative. Because we would have been over there basically affected by the same conditions, but our guys were not running as fast as they were running then. But what surprisingly, and this is how quick things change. And I would like to say in our heyday, and which was just basically a few years ago. Yeah, in our heyday a few years ago, we would roll out of bed and run 310 and be angry. We always looked to be, when Chris was the captain or the unofficial captain, and he would say, Coach Burrows, no man, we always want to stay in the top three. When things change so much now, we kind of like hustling to get into the top 16.
But does this though teach us a lesson going forward?
Yeah.
To attend the relays, the things that kind of count.
Have to be prepared.
Well, I think on ZNS, either in the night or the morning or whatever, I don't sleep well. No, but there's London.
Mm-hmm.
London is something that how do I put it? It talks about the Bahamas with regards to how they ran, the switching of what we used to do.
Yeah.
And you were involved in I don't know if you were involved in the London.
No, not London, but it's nothing new, because when we had Evad Monka, generally at the Olympics in 2000, he ran first leg, and when we won the gold, which people don't remember, in Edmonton, Evad ran the first leg then.
Yeah, the first
when
leg.
we were in a few of our more successful relays, when Evad was number one,
we put the power up front.
We powered up front.
What was so interesting, my good friend, Louis Johnson, I had to tell, because I think Chris was the one who ran the fastest leg. As I could remember, the fastest leg.
In Helsinki.
In Helsinki.
Yeah.
The second Helsinki.
Not 83.
Chris wasn't about it
2005. 2005.
Yeah. 2000.
That's 5, because 7 we were in Osaka.
Yeah. So man, it was something else, and I told Evad, no, you as good as the rest of them, and also remember Evad got in the finals, I think, in Osaka.
Yeah, because he was usually when we travel, he and I ended up working together, and I said, Evad, you're in the finals. He said, finals? Evad said, you mean I have to run again?
That really is something else.
Yeah.
So we're gonna take a break, and then we're gonna talk with some other things. Continue it.
Hello from the Shell Fuel Labs, where my team of dedicated scientists develop Shell fuels for your car.
For over 100 years, fuels innovation has been at the heart of everything we do.
Since our first ever branded petrol in 1907, we've broken records, supported Ferrari F1 to win Grand Prix, and pushed our fuels to the limit.
Now, every time you fill up your Shell, your engine will benefit from our passion for innovation, helping you to get the most out of every tankful.
With over 100 years of quality fuels innovation,
You can be sure of Shell.
Sign up for Cartwright membership and join the Savings Club. As a member, you get access to exclusive discounts on your favorite grocery club packs, appliances, electronics, outdoor living, and so much more. Whether shopping for your home or business, you can enjoy low warehouse prices on quality name brand products. Your Cartwright membership also allows you to save at other participating businesses, and Gold Card members can earn an annual 2% reward up to $500. Sign up for the Cartwright membership card today and let the savings begin.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day.
Ladies and gentlemen, everybody has been talking about this, mental that, and mental the next thing. So I brought this young man who knows a little bit about that in the sport. So his name is none other than Timothy Barrett. So Tim, just talk about that, please.
Well, everything involves your mentality, and I think it's important that I think it's important that you I think it's very important that you pay attention to the mental aspect of all the activities that take place every day, especially during COVID. Not only during COVID, but the effects of having the fear of COVID, the effects of having had COVID, and the aftermath, which is really when it's predicting that the number one concern is going to be mental health rather than physical health. Or add to that hurricane season and Dorian. Mm-hmm. We have a unique situation here.
Yes.
Where we have this coalescence of events that come together to produce a particular challenge for us as Bahamians. We're hardy, but
not Hardy Miller.
We're hardy, but we need to acknowledge the importance of mental health, prioritize it, send it up the priority ladder, and then make sure that we talk about it some more. This is a good opportunity to do so.
Tim, what is so interesting is that the people who had Alzheimer's, nobody ever talked about it. And because of somebody whose husband died, that husband decided, the lady decided that she would get involved in that. Mm-hmm. Okay? She would get involved in that. Now you see over the world, people like, what's her name, the Haitian girl, and other people now they have people who work with them and help them. But it seems as though it's just starting now. Talk about that.
Well, I mean, years ago, research into the causes of Alzheimer's, starting with the Minnesota Nun study, which was done years and years and years ago, identifying that activity in life, in all spheres of life, has a protective effect against the mental and cognitive changes that occur later on in life. DNA notwithstanding. The Minnesota Nun study by the Sisters of Notre Dame, they agreed to give their brains for scientific study once they died. But it was noted that they were taking care of first-degree relatives who were suffering from Alzheimer's, and they were either the same age or older and not suffering from Alzheimer's, in some cases twins. And that's the closest you can get as far as DNA is concerned. And when they gave their brains, the study showed that there were no differences in the physical and pathological changes, the plaques, and the neurofibrillary tangles that occur in their brains as opposed to the ones with Alzheimer's. So they started looking at lifestyle. And what they noted was that these nuns would be doing new things as they got older. They kept teaching for well into their 70s, 80s. They'd start learning to knit or crochet well past their 80s. And they kept active socially, active spiritually, active physically every day. And that was the key. It was a lifestyle.
Let me say this once again, talking about, as I say, with the Haitian girl and all of that. We're talking now about plenty of people are now coming to the aid of, who they work for, coming to the aid of that. Now, Tim, I can't sleep in the night. So there was something on television about people who are they're crazy. And then they looked at them, they were able to do this, that, and the next thing that nobody else could have done. It is just unbelievable. I say I can't sleep in the night, but they talked about that. People who will look at it and say they're crazy, or something is wrong with them.
Well, crazy has nothing to do with intellect.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
And what people call crazy has to do with specific difficulties or disabilities that people have, especially with perception. So people who have paranoid ideas or hallucinations or delusions, which are fixed false beliefs. But intellect. This young man that I saw do an interview on CNN some years ago, severe dyslexia to the point where at 20 he still can't read a simple sentence. The boy went down the street. It takes him about 2 minutes to get through that. But he's in his second year of law at Yale. That's right. Severe dyslexia, but has perfect auditory recall and is intelligent to the highest level. His mother, because his mother and father split when he was a little boy, when they recognized that he had dyslexia. So the support for the kind of programs that would help that, that funding was withdrawn. And his mother, she requested from the Pennsylvania Board of Education that she homeschool him, and they granted her that request.
Boy.
And she took him from grade 1 to 12 in math, then grade 1 to 12 in English. She took one subject at a time, doing field trips and stuff like that. And he graduated university, when he was 18.
18?
Yeah. Don't know what a B looked like. at special permission to take all his exams orally. But here's the thing now. His mother has to read everything to him. And so she moved into Yale. And so they asked him, are you going to repay her? He said, I can't repay my mother for sacrificing that life for me. He said, but when I get with somebody, they have to realize they're going to have to read with me too. Read to me too. Yeah.
Boy, I just want to mention something. We talk about I'm talking about birthdays, and we're talking now about my niece, Diana Wimbish. She had a birthday. She is my sister's oldest child, and my sister is 90-something. She has Alzheimer's and all of that, but she does not have dementia. So
I don't understand. She has Alzheimer's.
Anyhow, we talk about that. At times, Tim. We talk about it. And my daughter knows much more than me. Okay, I will only know that my wife has to have something pushed on in her stomach for her to be able to eat. Okay, so whatever you call that. Okay, so I have a Lee Andrew, he is Davidson, and he is in the United States, and he plays music, and this is where, what's the name of the fella now? He loves the horn. This is the president, former president.
Bill Clinton.
Bill Clinton, yeah, and I have a big picture of him outside the place. But this fella is from the United States. This is the Czech Republic. And boy, it was really, really something else. Really, really enjoying. And then you talk about Pat Raming, of course. What do we like with Pat Raming? We're talking about the
election song.
Yeah, not the election song, the racetrack song. The racetrack song. Oh, that is something.
How many dream book you have?
If you only got one dream book, you ain't saying nothing. You ain't saying nothing. You ain't saying nothing.
That's a classic.
Yeah, it is a classic. And then we talk about we're talking about Pam Richardson, of course. Pam Richardson. She is the person who runs and runs and runs, and she is the one who does a lot of the organizing for Marathon Bahamas. Yes. You're in that meeting every now and then, right?
Yeah, actually, I saw Pam. That would have been when we went to the Miramar Grand Prix.
Oh, she was there.
Yeah, Pam was there. Pam was there.
Okay. That is interesting. And then we talk about Lucretia Napa. She has the same birthday as my niece and Pat Raming. And we talk about Zovia Neely. She is from the Bluffs, South Andrews. We good cousin. And when you talk about debts, I just have to mention Pepper Johnson. I don't know if any of you know Pepper Johnson. You're too young for Pepper Johnson, eh?
But I read.
You read? Many read. Facebook, eh? It is unbelievable. And then, Rob, tell us a little bit about Roscoe Davies.
You know, when I went to...
he worked... Go ahead.
Yeah, well, of course, Roscoe, besides working there at Baco Roscoe always remind me a lot about Lou Adley.
Okay.
Because after Lou Adley moved off the
yeah,
scene, Roscoe continued on and assisted with the officiating. But you can't forget Roscoe there as a part of Bahamas Olympic Association. I mean, sometimes people talk about older people, and their work ethic. When you see you got someone like Roscoe Davies and Livingston Boswick doing the work, the kind of work they do now, I think all of the associations have replaced that work to be done by possible secretaries. But they had the institutional knowledge of what to do, because even after Roscoe moved away from the Olympic Association, he was involved with the drug testing, the BADA, the drug testing people here in the Bahamas.
Okay.
Yes, he worked. He wasn't satisfied not to take a front role, but he was there pushing in the back and making sure that things happen. Because, like I said, institutional knowledge. They knew how to get it done.
Well, there's something I would say about Roscoe Davies. I had for my 70th birthday something called Guitar Fantasy. Myself and what's his name? Oh Lord, somebody. No. Somebody who worked. Who lived through my Colbert, yeah, Colbert, yeah. Not Keith, the other one, yeah. And guess what? As it would happen, we were looking at the money that we were bringing in. And we say something wrong. So I went to Father Knowles. Father Knowles said, you got to plan this thing. You got to plan this thing. So when we got the results, we were doing something in church, St. George's. Some people just put the money in for the August birthday, and some people actually, bought tickets. So Roscoe said, we won. And I say, how we won? He said, because you all brought in more money than everybody else. So I had to tell Roscoe, count it again. You got to count it again. And guess, years later, even earlier this year, when we thought about doing the event again, I said, man, Roscoe, send me the stuff. He had everything. He didn't miss anything as a treasurer of the St. George's Church. Yes.
Yeah, these are reliable trustworthy.
Oh yes.
People capable. The problem with, say, in the hospital with trying to get your schedule of people to work, you gotta make sure you schedule the people that will come to work.
The dedicated ones.
Yeah, because whether it's holidays or there's some people just not going to show up. But we know the ones that will.
Who will show up, yes.
And those are the ones that get work the hardest. Yeah. Unfortunately.
Yeah. Well, I want to just give a shout out. I had a challenge with my credit card. I've been using it all along. And something happened. So the lady said, I got to go to Scotia near the Bahama. And when I went there, yes, because there was a challenge. When I went there, the lady tore up my debit card, don't use that no more, and this and that, and she was able to do something else for me. I don't need to call her name, but I am giving her kudos. She said she was going to listen at 6:30, but I hope she's still listening to the show.
Yeah.
And then somebody else, he's out of Grand Bahama, and I think he did go to Hawksville, and we talked about Errol Bodie and all of that. And he said he listens to the show, but, he is involved in more things than that, going over to the United States and all of that. So I forgot his particular name.
That's another hard worker.
Yeah, but if he...
Errol Bodie.
Errol Bodie, one of a kind. Yeah. So we would, I really, any final words that you want to say?
You call off the team.
Call off the team?
Yeah.
I don't have the team.
Go, Tyrone. You got it somewhere screwed.
The Olympic team?
Yeah.
I should know this out of my head. On the men's side, we have Samson Colebrook in the 100.
Well, let me say this. I got a feeling he has the opportunity to make the finals in the 100. There's a possibility.
All right, that's your prediction.
Go ahead.
That's your prediction.
Go ahead.
And then we have the world champion, Stephen Gardner. And the other members of the team, we have Alonzo Russell, who got in off of points. He ran enough meets in the U.S. to get points. And then we also have two high jumpers. We have Jamal Wilson, who had met the qualifying standard at some time back that still carried. And we have Donald Thomas, the former world champion from 2007. He
is 37, eh? He's old enough, yes.
Yeah. Yes,
and still older. I'll make a comment after you.
Okay. And then on the ladies' side, we have Shanae Weibo. I guess she'll be running the 2 on the 4 is her choice. And in the 100 meters,
decision has been made on that?
No. Well,
okay. We'll know. Yes.
Yeah. And then in the 100 we have Tania Gaither, who is scheduled for possibly the 1 under 2, and then we have Antonique Strawn in the 200, and then possibly Brianne Bethel in the 200, and then we also have the hurdlers. We have Padria Seymour, who was a finalist, and then we have Devon Charlton, who was also a global finalist. She made the finals in the 60-meter hurdles indoors some time ago. Mm-hmm. So you can't forget about that. And then we have Donisha Anderson out of University of Florida. She's a part of the 4x4. Then we have a young Megan Morse, who's actually still a junior athlete. Yeah. She's a part of the 4x4. And then we have another high schooler there, Cooper. Yes, she's a part of the 4x4.
Who is she?
Lacarthia Cooper. She runs for Red Lion Athletics, and I think she just ran a personal best.
Where did she come from?
Well, she was out of Grand Bahama
originally. Yeah. So for the relay teams, sometimes it's about numbers. So she was next in line. Sometimes you don't have to be the best, but you just have to be ready.
Yeah, she's a red line, eh?
Yeah. Okay.
So we have a 4x1.
Shut your mouth.
No 4x1.
No 4x1.
No 4x1.
We got enough for 4x1.
Yeah, but
there's only top 16.
Opportunity, and you have to be prepared.
We didn't qualify.
No, we didn't qualify.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's the team. Wow, I knew it right out of my top of my head.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a good thing, but we have
good thing for the show.
Good thing for the show. Well, Arlington, thank you ever so much. We couldn't do it without you. As I came up the stairs and I say, "You going home?" He said, "No, I am doing the show." I really need to say once again that we couldn't do this without Guardian Radio. We couldn't do it without Ali. And this is, as I said, the 390-something show, and it's brought to you by Track World. It's brought to you by Track World and Sun Oil. We're talking about Arawak Homes, Sunshine Insurance, AFD Management Services on Peardale, with Freeman DeVoe as the CEO. Their business is oil and energy. The Garden of Eden, where the one and only William Bethel will take charge of you. The sushi is off the chain. And as we said, Vaughn Culver, who just won Insurance Breakers, Kalina Insurance, where I have been a financial services representative for more than 40 years. Tim, you have been in your business much longer than I have been in mine.
A little
longer. And we are talking about over 40 years. My daughter is my business partner. And the A team is A for Alpheus and A for Alexis Hannah. And as I say one more time, the Bahamas Olympic Committee. Thank you ever so much for all those of you who have been listening, for all of y'all who have seen Timmy Barrett now. And we're going to hopefully do some technical things with regards to the show. Thank you much. Thanks, and thanks again. Bye now.
Pleasure.